Yo, yo, yo. This is Chris Blair. Yeah, as usual. Right after this time, I'm usually scheduled to meet a friend. And, not every day, but a few times a week. And some of my friends work at regular corporate jobs. And in Japan, if you work at a regular corporate job, like I used to, you get a lot of overtime. And so even though I was supposed to meet my friend at around 7 o'clock, it's 4 to 7 now, and I've already received a message from him saying that he's going to be 30 minutes or so late. Normal thing, I'm not upset about it at all, but I just thought, you know what? While I'm waiting, and I'm going to be waiting for a while, he said about 30 minutes late, so probably more like close to an hour late. While I'm waiting, might as well have a beer. So I actually was waiting outside, and then he messaged me. So I decided to come to the restaurant where we're going to eat at early. I have a beer and do a live stream for you guys. And talk about something that's really, really important, something that's not talked about a lot in the marketplace. It's one of the reasons why, it's one of the main reasons why a lot of people are going broke and failing in this Ecom business. And I want you to stop doing this, and I want you to start thinking differently than the masses. So I'm going to talk about this. This method is actually being taught by some people. I'm not going to point the finger at anyone, but it's being taught, and I don't agree with that method at all. I don't agree, and I'll explain to you what I'm talking about here, and why it's wrong and what's wrong with it. Okay, just gonna wait for people to gather on here a little bit, guys. Let you know it's a beautiful day in Japan. We had a little unusually seasonally warm weather. It's 12 degrees Celsius. For December, that's quite shocking. Usually it's always around 8 or 7 at the high, and then 5 or 6 or 4 in the evening. So it was a really great day to be outside. Unfortunately, I was working most of the day. But anyway, so what I'm talking about here is a concept called winner chasing. Okay, so what that is, okay, let me explain what it is. And this is what most people do. This is what 99% of the marketplace is doing, and this is why they're failing. And this is actually being taught, okay? So, what is winner chasing? Well, winner chasing is going to, there's numerous ways to do this, but one way is, and I'm going to send you all different ways. One way is to go to AliExpress, if you're in the dropshipping business, search the best sellers and grab those and start searching for them, okay? That's one method, okay? Another method is to search, so for let's just say you're going to sell dog necklaces, dog bracelets. Go to AliExpress and type in dog bracelet and look at the page 1, maybe 2. Look at the top sellers in that thing and then go grab those and put them on your website. Another method that's being used is to use spy software. But I'm not against spy software. In fact, one of my good friends is a spy software maker. And he saw me one time make a video like this. And he said, Chris, man, what's up? You're criticizing my product. I thought we were good friends. I said, I'm not going to say his name, but we are good friends. In fact, I've hung out with this guy at numerous events. I said, look, I never, ever once criticized your software. In fact, I even promoted your software to my group. But I'm promoting using it in a different way in which 99% of the people are using it. Okay, so these are spy software. These are softwares that go out and they will go on the Shopify stores and they will find out and they'll be able to figure out what the best sellers are on those stores. Somehow you're able to tap in that data. Again, a big mistake. You mean with this software you can't get the actual sales numbers, but they'll tell you that these are the top sellers, right? And again, not the way I recommend using these software. Using that kind of software is great if you use it right. If you use it wrong and do exactly what I just taught them, which is winner chase, then you're gonna be one of the masses. See, so what happens here? Let's whether it's method number 1, go to AliExpress. Method number, best sellers. Method number 2, look at all the most popular items in a given search that you do, whether it's necklaces or dog necklaces, dog bracelet, whatever it is. I just use dog for example. Or whether it's using these spy software to go out and get those top sellers, and then you just copy those sellers. You copy those products and you put them up on your website. You are one of the lamb. You are a sheep. You are a fucking sheep. Excuse me for saying that straight, but I want to make this point so strongly. I want you to change this, okay, going forward. And you know what happens to the sheep? who follow the herder. The herder leads them to the slaughterhouse, and you get slaughtered. Okay, let me tell you a story, guys. And this is a famous story back in 2017. But it's a perfect example. There was these spinny dealies, the thing that spin. They were popular in Japan as well. They're popular all over the globe. Well, there was a few dropshippers out there who, the first 3 or 4 people who found out, who discovered these items and started selling them, they made a killing. Okay? But especially with dropshipping, because it's so easy compared to print on demand for people to copy you, right? And print on demand is harder, but it can be done. But with dropshipping, it's incredibly easy. I mean, you could have 100 competitors overnight, because unlike dropshipping, they don't have to get a design done. They have no trouble figuring out how to get the product supplied, because, for example, some of the hats I sell, unless you know the exact place I'm getting, they're unique hats that I sell, right? You can't easily copy it, because you have to be able to access the hat, right? Anyway, so that's an advantage of print on demand, but I'm not talking about this right now. I'm talking about being a sheep and following the masses to slaughter. Okay, so the first few people who jump on that, they have success, right? And then 3 or 4 weeks, a month in, they've been killing it, and finally the masses notice, right? And then when they do, when those spy softwares figure, because it takes some time for that data to build up in those spy softwares, it takes some time for that stuff to jump up on top of the search in AliExpress. It has to be selling really well for 3 or 4 weeks. So there's a 3 or 4 week window where the couple people, unique people who knew about this product, just make a killing. And then guess what happens next? 3 or 4 weeks down the road, the market notices, and because it's a dropship product from AliExpress, 100 people jump on it in one day. And then the next day, another 100 people jump on it. And then another 100 people jump on it. And then another. Next thing you know, you got 1,000 sheep following in a mass to get slaughtered, because they're wasting their money and they're not making a single dime selling this, because everyone else is selling it. This is a recipe for disaster. It is an absolute recipe for failure. I've seen it over and over again, and when I hear people teaching it, I cringe. I just think, I cringe, and I just hate this method. It is, your chance of having a success with that is so slim. Now, will you make a few sales? Yes, you will. Probably make a few sales, but you will not find big winners, and you will not have a sustainable business. It will not work long term, and they won't even work for more than a couple of days. Because you are just a sheep following everyone to the slaughter. Okay. Now, with print on demand, it's different, guys. The reason why it's print on demand is different is because you can take a certain design and you can put it on many different product types. There are some print on demand companies that work exclusively with a limited number of sellers, right? There's so many ways and advantages with print on demand that you don't really have this big of a problem unless you're going for the most common items, which is t-shirts or mug cups, right? Anyway, don't be one of the masses, right? Be different. In fact, I have 7 hours of training in my course in Mastermind about being different, okay? Some of it is on drop shipping. Some unique drop shipping techniques for researching products even on AliExpress, okay? Some of them, in fact, I know for a fact. We had a guy from France join our mastermind group the other day. Because I've been doing dropshipping for 5 years, and I went in and I took a look at some of the product creation methods and development and idea methods that you come up with, and I looked at the dropshipping parts, and I'm telling you, I've never heard of those techniques. That's how unique some of the ideas we have in our group. And then, of course, there's a massive section on print on demand as well. I'll just give you one, and this is the simplest one to follow and do. But this is one of about 5 dropshipping techniques I used to do back when I was doing dropshipping. So let's go back to our dog bracelet point of view. If I search dog bracelet, right, on AliExpress, I would start my searching for that particular product on page 6. So literally, I would skip page 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And here's why. I've completely just eliminated the masks. I've completely got rid of all the lazy marketers, because most people will search page 1. Say 50, 90, 100% of people will search page 1. 50% will search page 2. 25% will search page 3. 10% will go to page 4. Another 5% will go to page 5. And that is it. I just completely got rid of the masses. I've started on page 6 of that given search. Oh, but wait, Chris. But wait, I can hear the question in your mind. Well, those are not proven sellers anymore. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what you want. In fact, my three biggest drop ship products that I won. One that I sold 17,000 units on back in 2015, and then I sold 6,000 units on, then I sold 1,500. Those are my 3 top ones. I found them deep in the search on AliExpress. One of them is the method that I'm not going to talk about. This proprietary and secret to this group, only my membership group. But anyway, I found them that way. And things. So Chris, so we had a problem here, right? Well, Chris, how am I going to know that those can be winners? How am I going to know that a non-proven winner is potentially a winner? Well, let's talk about first, how do they get low on the search in AliExpress in the first place? How do they end up low in the search? Okay? Because AliExpress is an algorithm, right? And the big sellers go to the top, and the non-sellers, or they're not selling, go to the bottom. Well, what happens is, so first of all, when a product is uploaded to AliExpress and the seller puts in keyword tags, okay, if the seller is not the seller or the manufacturer on AliExpress is not a established manufacturer, they're automatically pushed down on the list. Automatically. So that puts a big disadvantage to new manufacturers on AliExpress. Okay? That's one way. Another way is if a product is not noticed on AliExpress, so on a given search term it's not noticed and not make sales, it goes down. So what that means is the products that are deeper in the search, one, were not noticed, or two, are by relatively newer manufacturers. It does not mean at all that if it's marketed correctly with proper advertising to good targeting, that it will not sell. It doesn't mean that at all. And in fact, if you think that, you're screwing yourself, because you're missing out on the real gold. The real gold on AliExpress is deep in the search. But I'm going to get into some POD ideas here in a second. Just bear with me. Let me talk about dropshipping first. So the real gold is deep. You got to search for the real gold that's deep on AliExpress. Okay, but now you run into a different problem here, and this is the problem that most lazy marketers, most of us lazy Shopify sellers, run into when they do this type of activity. Chris, okay, fine. I'm looking deep on the search. I'm on page 5, 6, 7. And I would start at page 6 and I go all the way to the final page. Whether it be 30 pages or 100 pages, I go all the way through. I don't know if they're sellers, right? I don't know. You're right, you don't know. The reason you don't know is because you don't do your market research to fully understand your niche. Become a niche master. Know your niche. Get to know it so well that you could go on to page 8 of AliExpress when you search dog bracelet, and you will know if that product has potential. You will know if that has potential to be a winner, even though it's not been selling, because you know your niche well. And if you're doing a general store, you might as well just close down your store, go home, and get a job. Because how can you possibly know all those fucking niches? Seriously. It's moronic. I'm really amped up today. I'm sorry if I'm insulting people, but I don't care. How can you possibly know all those niches well? You can't. It's ridiculous. And the idea that you think you can is just incredible. You focus on one niche, become the market master, get to know your niche, and then you have the ability to dig deep on AliExpress or eBay in a given search term and find the hidden gold, because that is where you have a huge advantage. You will have a 3 to 4 week head start in your competition. Why? Well, one, it takes that much time of you driving sales for it to go from page 7, 8, 9, 10 up to page 2, 3, or 1 where your competition is searching. 2, the spy softwares take time to update. And guys, with a month lead, you can kill it. You can make thousands of dollars in profit from that. Thousands, tens of thousands, by having just a 1 month lead time. Sumimasen. By the way, just so you know, I just finished my first one. All right. Now, this is my second one's coming though. All right. Now, let's talk about print on demand. Let's talk about print on demand. But I'm going to open the door to questions here in a second. For print on demand, what are most people doing? They're going to Google. So let's just say you're selling the dog niche, right? They're going to Google images. They're searching funny dog shirts, funny dog expressions, funny dog memes, funny dog hats, whatever, right? It's exactly what they're doing. Okay? Well, that may have been a great method back in 2012 and 2013. By the way, notice I said 2012, 2013. What year is it? What year is it now? A rhetorical question. It is 2018. So you're using a method that was effective back in 2012, 2013. So that, right now, let's see. We'll just say 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You're using a methodology that was effective back 5 years ago. Not effective at all in this day and age. Why? Because think about all the Shopify sellers. Think of all the Teespring sellers. Think about all the Gear Bubble sellers. All the Represent sellers. All the Viral Style sellers. All the WooCommerce sellers. All the big commerce sellers. I mean, just to name a few. There's actually more than we're not even, right? They're all doing that. Because, again, that is the easy route. And just like... Jonas, you're asking the wrong question, but I'll answer that here in a second. You're actually asking the wrong question. All right, so that's what the masses are doing. They're just going to regurgitate the same ideas and concepts and slogans that every single seller who's been in that niche has been selling for years. It's exactly what they're doing. Now, again, in my course and training, I got 7 hours. I shit you not, guys. 7 hours of training on product development creation. That is how many cool, unique methods there are, and which is why my students have success. We use methods that people have never even heard of or even dreamed of. Okay, but I'll give you one. I will give you one. All right, so let's just say I wanted to search I want to sell a hat in the dog niche. Found a pretty good looking hat, I want to sell it, print on demand. What do I do here? How do I come up with a unique slogan? I would search in any niche but the dog niche. You just heard me, right? I would search in any niche but the dog niche. So let's just say, let's take the wine niche. I would go in, I would search funny wine memes, funny wine jokes, funny wine t-shirts, funny wine hats, funny wine bags, right? And I would look at those expressions that are being used. Those slogans are being used on t-shirts, hats, bags, memes in the wine niche. Anything but my own niche. Anything but my own niche. And I would try to tweak them for my niche. This is not easy. It is not easy at all, which is why it's so powerful. If you do this and you do this right, and it'll take you 30 minutes to an hour to come up with one idea. But guess what? That is one unique idea. One unique idea that your competition has never tried. One unique idea that you own. And not only do you own it, as far as one is print on demand, you created the design. So unless they can find out the print on demand company that you're working with to fulfill that, and in my course in Mastermind, we actually have 2 print on demand suppliers we work with that are secret. They're not open to the public. And that allows us to sell some products that no one else can access. Okay? In fact, I even had 3 people in my competition reach out to me in the past 2 weeks asking me how I'm getting one particular item. I told them, join Ecom Vantage in my Mastermind course, you might find out. Anyway, so they have to be able to, one, find out you're selling that slogan and idea, right? Which again takes some time to appear in the SPY software and apps. Again, we talked about it takes 3 weeks to 4 weeks. Number 2, they have to go out and get the design made, right? To be able to copy that. Number 3, they've got to actually have access to the product that you're selling print on demand to make it work. I mean, unless it's a t-shirt or a mug cup, which every single print on demand supplier has, nowadays there's over 1,500 products that print on demand, you have at least a 3-4 month, and if not even a half year to a year head start on your competition on that given product with that slogan on it. So you can absolutely crush it. And you own the market. That's just why one of the reasons I love print on demand. So, now, one important red flag here about this method that I just taught you about going to another niche. Let's go back to the wine niche. I'm searching the wine niche, and I'm searching for an idea or slogan that I can put on a dog hat or a dog mug cup or a dog bag or a dog bracelet or a dog, nowadays you can print on demand watches, which is awesome, right? These watches are really, really cool. You can do print on demand. Okay, so I'm looking for a slogan I put on those different products. Beware of slogans that are easy to tweak. You just heard me right. Beware of slogans that are easy to tweak. These are what you call cookie cutter phrases. Now, some of you are not familiar with this English expression. I noticed some people who are watching this are from non-native English-speaking countries, so let me explain to you what a cookie cutter phrase is. A cookie cutter phrase is something that's a common slogan that you can literally take one word and change it easily. Now let me give you a couple examples of this, okay? A couple examples of cookie cutter phrases that you should absolutely stay away from this, okay, when you do this type of research, right? So a common one is, for example, okay, let's just say, my dog makes me happy, you not so much. That is a cookie cutter phrase. I can guarantee you that has been done across every single niche over and over again, okay? It's been done. I can guarantee it. And why? Because it's easy. If you do this search, so that's our example. We're looking for a slogan or expression we can create in the dog niche to put on whatever X item, whatever the item is. And I'm in the wine niche searching because I want to search anything but the wine, anything but the dog niche because that's my target niche. I want to search other niches to create original, unique ideas to turn into a dog item, right? And I go into the wine niche and I see wine makes me happy, you not so much. That's just too easy. If it's too easy, stay away from it. That has been done. Another cookie cutter phrase would be weekend forecast. Let me give you another example, one that's been cookie cutter phrase. Weekend forecast. Drinking wine and hanging out with my dog. Weekend forecast. Going swimming and fishing. I mean, you get the point. So when you're doing this research method that I just explained to you, go to the other niche, other than your own niche, to come up with an idea that you can tweak and turn to your own niche. If it is easy, that's a serious. The alarm bells in your mind should be going off. You're just going ding, 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 ding. Whoa, no. It can't be that easy. If it is, open up a new Google window and search the slogan you want to use. Let's go back to dogs make me happy, you not so much. and type in dogs make me happy, you not so much, t-shirts. And by the way, I can guarantee you, go do that search. You will see hundreds of t-shirts with that expression on it, okay? So the alarm bell should go off if it's very easy, all right? So what I'm recommending for print on demand is you use some creativity, dig into other niches, and try to come up with ideas that you can twist and make for your own niche. Guys, the dropshipping method I just taught you today and the print on demand method I decided to find unique ideas, I'll be honest with you, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You haven't seen shit. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you haven't seen anything. You should see the methods that we have in my course and mastermind group, which is why we are crushing it. I'll be honest with you, we are crushing it because we are just so much better at creating products and coming up with unique ideas. Period. I mean, just so much better. And if you want in that group, go into ecomvantage.com/VIP. I'll put the link here in the comments there, so you can go get it. And in the meantime, I'll answer some questions. And let me check. I got to see if I got any message from my friend that he's on his way. And the answer is, I'm looking at my phone, by the way. I'm just checking to see if he's told me he's coming or not. The answer is no. So he's not. All right. So let's go back to the questions. Jonas, I think you're asking the wrong question. Here's why. There's no such thing as the most profitable niche. It doesn't exist. The reason why it doesn't exist is because it comes down to your ability to resonate and understand a niche. The dog niche, for example, is profitable for some people and not profitable for others. The beer niche, my niche, is profitable for me and not profitable for others, because you have to be able to understand and tap in and understand and feel a connection with your niche, know what they like, know what they're into, so that you can create winning products that they will like. Without that, you're dead in the water. There's more to it than that, but join my course in Mastermind and you can dig in and learn more. Michael, great to see you, buddy. I wish you a Merry Christmas too, and you and your family as well. Cheers, thanks for that. I really appreciate that. Any other questions you guys might have? Any other questions? I can stick around and answer a few questions. My buddy just has not messaged me yet, so I haven't heard from him yet, so I have no idea what time he's coming. He said he'd be 30 minutes late. We're at 23 after, so he should be here in the next 7 minutes if he's on time. What's the idea you had for hitting it hard in January and February? Focus on winter products. Focus on winter products. Focus on winter products. All right. Hey, Dev, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. How would you angle a campaign for the outdoor online store, like camping, fishing, or such? How would I angle a campaign? First, I would find a product that I think would resonate. Then I would start running ads to it. I mean, your question is so broad, it's really hard to just answer in a short answer. Dennis, to be honest, truth, if you have to ask that question that broadly, you need my course in Mastermind desperately. I don't mean that, and I hope, but Dennis, I hope you're not offended, buddy. I don't mean it that way. Sometimes I come across that way. I don't mean it that way. I just sometimes I'm a kind of a tough love type of guy. I really sincerely want you to succeed, but it's just that question is so broad and hard to answer in a short thing. You truly need some overall guidance for my course in Mastermind. If you have a more specific question, I'm happy to answer. Yeah, find the niche product in your store and then pick some targets related to it and start advertising it, testing it, see what kind of reaction you get. That's a simple answer. Thanks for understanding, buddy. All right. I'm open to taking more questions. My buddy has not messaged me, which means that he hasn't even gotten on the subway yet. By the way, his office is in Shinjuku, and I'm in Nakano. So that's literally a 4-minute subway ride. So I mean, train ride. So subway ride. So I mean, once he leaves the office, I mean, his office building is a huge one. It's connected to the subway actually underneath. So literally, once he leaves the office, it could be here in 10 minutes. So it's not like it's going to take long. But he said 30 minutes ago, and here we are, nothing. So anyway, I have at least 10 more minutes. How many pixel fires do you need before making a lookalike audience? Well, it depends on the pixel fires that you're counting. If you're going to make a lookalike audience based on view content, I would say you want 1,000, if not more. But by the way, keep in mind the lookalike audience keep updating. For add to cart, I would say you want at least 400 or 500. For purchase, I would say you want at least 200 or so. All right. Any more questions? All right, now I just got a message. Leaving the office now. Okay, all right. So my buddy's leaving the office now. I'm literally at a like a Japanese style, what they call izakaya, right from near the station. He's 10 minutes away, so I'm literally done in 10 minutes, guys. How do I test a t-shirt design? I posted on my Facebook fan page, and I would start with PP ads, and I would go to conversion ads next. But I have an entire system for that, John. I have an entire system for that that's taught in my course in Mastermind. I'm not avoiding the question because, again, that's something that, I mean, first of all, there's the PP section test. One is there's a 7-minute video on the type of post you want to use, which I recommend a non-clickable large image post. A little more details on that, but that's the short end. It's a quick explanation. And then there's a 10-minute video on PPE and how you want to set it up so that you can get testing. And then there's a 10-minute video on analyzing PPE ads and understanding whether you should go to conversion ads. And then there's about a 15-minute video on how to set up conversion ads, and then there's a 20-minute video on how to analyze conversion ads So you just basically asked me about an hour of content, John. So I'm sorry, I'm not avoiding the question, but I mean, yeah, again, listen, I have an hour of content on just this testing aspect within my course of Mastermind. So, yeah, the simple answer is do a non-clickable large image post. You definitely want a large image post because you want it to be visible in the newsfeed. And that's the key. And then you put the link in the description. If people are motivated, they will go there and buy. And then, yeah, there's different types of ads you can use. There's conversion ads, there's PPE ads, and we use both. We use both. That's the simple answer. I really suggest you dig into the nitty-gritty in my course in Mastermind. ecomvantage.com/VIP. All right. Okay, guys. So I'm going to cut it here because my buddy is definitely on his way. I got a message a couple minutes ago saying that he left the office now. He's literally 10 minutes away. So, all right, guys. I mean, it's like 10 minutes from the point of leaving his office, getting on the short subway, which is one stop, 4 minutes, to being here. So, I mean, it's very, very close. All right, guys. All right. Cheers, guys. We'll see you soon. I'll post the link to my course in Mastermind in the comments thread. Yeah. Also, if you're interested in private coaching, you can message me. Cheers, guys.